share with my perfect girl. What I'd like to find is a perfect girl. One that I can share with my perfect girl. I know what I found. It's a perfect girl. When you see her when the stars are gone.
File attachment.
No, it should have been there when you opened up the mail.
This is the original artwork for the new album Driving to Damascus, all individually signed by the band. So please get your tickets out. Could we maybe have the house lights up a wee bit so people can see their ticket numbers, etc., because there's also colours as well. Can everyone see their tickets okay, yeah? Thank you. So,
all night. Oh, it's suspicious.
112. I think a round of applause for the winner of the first prize.
can you please Martin Scott. Scott from the team already. Congratulations, Scott. There is your ticket back again. Sure, okay. Next prize. This is Annie. These are from the actual recording of the album. This is the actual band notes in the studio with all their comments. They're all individual, they're signed by the band in places as well. Could we have the next number?
And the winner is Katie Mary.
The third prize is the Scotland for Constable programme, signed by the band, and also we Bruce Watts, I think that's Jamie Watts and Simmons are there, Bruce's son.
And it's the yellow one. And it's 223. Have we got a winner? Yellow 223.
We have a winner. There we go. That people will get a lead.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Perfect world indeed. Next song I'd like to do for you is another Moose one, and it's about keeping your childhood dreams alive. It's called John Wayne's Dream. Walking to the sunset with my baby's girl by my side. I would put her up beside me, then together we would ride. Hey mom, hey pop, loving me standing tall. Brother, sister, look at them bad guys fall. I'm walking inside your soul, out with a tumbling blow. Hey mom, hey pop, that damn white road. I play poker with the doctor. stand straight up and begging, high then we walk those 20 paces. I got him right in the street. Look at me standing tall. Brother, sister, everything that has fall. I'm walking the time real slow. Halfway to turning close. Hey mom, hey pop, that goes where you go. Don't wake me up, I'm showing under a sky so big on the prairie green. Easy on the stage shows, I keep those band-aids from my girl. I would hold her round the waistline and run my rough hands through those curls. Hey mom, brother, be standing tall. Brother, sister, look at them that guys fall. I'm walking the top of you slow, halfway from me close. Hey mom, stay fine, and don't travel through. Don't wake me up until John Wayne Street. Under a sky so big on the prairie green. Easy going through. Thank you. Thank you. It's a bloke. This song's about being unafraid to give yourself totally to someone. It's called Dive Into Me.
Sometimes you just Enter the Big Country Fan Club. Ryan Cuppa intro. Crew, go to the bar.
The Russian 1998 press package of T-shirts, Big Country Toilet Roll, a plug. Vodka minutes are now 11 years old, Russian newspaper, Fields of Fire 12-inch Japanese edition, Broken Heart 12-inch gatefold, and various photos. And then it goes down from there, various tennis trays, etc. The raffle which has been sold at the moment, the top prize is the Driving to Damascus, the original artwork, which is all signed by the band. Plus, the second prize is studio notes from the recording of Driving to Damascus, which has all the band's individual notes and comments on it, and it's all signed by the band. Third prize is the Scotland for Cosmo signed programme, and then we have another approximate 20 prizes, consisting of photos, posters, 12 inches, 7 inches, 8, etc. So please, if you fancy any of these things, purchase raffle tickets from Maz, Ali, Tara, etc. They're all floating around the building. So I think we'll kick off, Tony.
Yeah, we'll kick off, and just a point 3 albums.
Moving on to question 12. Name the female vocalist who provided additional vocals on the Crossing album. We're looking for the name of the female vocalist who provided additional vocals on the Crossing album.
So, question number 13. I think we need to get quicker now. We're getting bored out there. Question number 13. Kate Bush provided additional vocals on The Seer. Name the other female who provided backing vocals on the tracks Remembrance Day and I Lead Them. Kate Bush provided additional vocals on The Seer. Name the other
13 tracks, 7 of which were covers. So 6 Big Country tracks. 2 tracks had only previously been available as B-sides on singles. Name the 2 tracks. Eclectic album contained 13 tracks. 7 of them were covers. That leaves 6 Big Country written songs. Of these 6 songs, 2 of them had only been previously available as B-sides on singles. Name the 2 songs.
Right, without the aid of a safety net was recorded Where and When. And we want the venue, the city, the month, and the year. Because we are fast. And we're at the front.
It's a bit.
Question number 19 again. We always do what Matt says. She wants us to read the questions out, so we're going to do it, as well as the answers. So, question number 3, where was Stuart born? Answer, Manchester, England.
Question number 4, where was Mark born? Slough, England. That's Slough, England, the answer to question number 4.
Question number 5, what is a Poroman? Poroman is a voodoo witch doctor.
Question number 6, which football team does Tony support? The answer is Tottenham Hotspur.
Question number 7, what was Bruce's first band called? It's Delinquents, later shortened to D-Links, so I guess we'll accept both. Delinquents, later shortened to D-Links.
Okay, who's got 11 out of 20, 11 out of 30 right? Stay standing if you only 10 out of 30 right, sit down. We'll just do it and signal increases each time.
Sit down if you've only got 12, please. No, I think they're sitting on high stools, Willie. They're not standing up. Don't sit on high stools, it confuses us. Right. So, anybody who's got 13, sit down. Oh, how many have we got, Willie?
Can we just confirm everyone who's got 13 out of 30 correct, keep standing and raise your hand in the air.
Stop if you have trouble counting.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, waiting. The two of you, still? Okay. Yeah, still.
Okay, anybody who's got 14 out of 20, sit down. Down to 9, Willie. Right, those of you still standing, write your names on the top of your answer sheet, please.
And then come up to the stage and visit your sheets and we shall verify that you do have that correct total. Thank you.
When we verify the total, see, this has been well planned in advance. When we verify the total, we will call the 9 people to the front and we'll have our final of the mastermind quiz.
Irene Masterton. Irene Masterton. Rob Ford. Rob Ford. Stephen Ash. Stephen Ash. Jerome, I can't remember how to pronounce Jerome's second name. It is difficult, yeah. Mine's bad as well, so I wouldn't even try to tell you that one. Eddie Shields, is it? Eddie Shields? That's the Eddie, okay, no problem then. Rick Tarr, Billy Tarr, Eddie Shields, Jerome, Stephen Ash, Rob Ford and Irene Masterton. If you're at the bar or the toilet, could you please hurry back into the main hall?
Come and sit at the front.
Now at 8, one missing. Right, last call. Rob Ford, do we have Rob? Do you have Irene Masterton?
Yes.
Do you have Stephen Ash? Do you have Jerome? Yes, we do. Do we have Eddie Shields? Kelly Tarr? Rick Tarr? Kit Curry? Must have them all. Okay.
So the quizmasters can't count. So well. So question number 1. What position did Alone enter the UK singles chart? And that question was from Tony Butler. What position did Alone enter the UK singles chart?
The next question comes from Stuart Adamson. Who gave Stuart Adamson his first EBO? Who gave Stuart Adamson his first EBO?
Question number 3. Which band invited Stuart on stage to join them in their last number, Knocking on Heaven's Door? Which band invited Stuart on stage to join them in their last number, Knocking on Heaven's Door?
As you know, this is a country club event. Question number 4 relates to that. Issue number 1 of the country club fanzine was given a name. What was it? Blank looks all round.
Okay, we have an interesting situation with question number 5, and I think you should all join in the joke. Question number 5 is, what was Bruce's first band called? The reason why that's interesting is we asked that in the last round. So, question number 5 is, issue 1 of the Country Club fanzine was given a name. What was it? Issue 1 of the Country Club fanzine was given a name. What was it? It was late last night when we did this. We were drunk.
Question number 6. Which member of the band first showed... Apologies about this. Question number 6 is, which hotel did the band stay in the Peace in a Time trip to Moscow? And that question also came from Stuart Adamson. Which hotel did the band stay in the Peace in a Time trip to Moscow?
Question number 7, which I'm pretty sure hasn't previously been asked. In which issue of the fanzine did Bruce's diary first appear? In which issue of the fanzine did Bruce's diary first appear?
Question number 8. The album The Crossing was recorded at 2 studios. Name them. The Crossing was recorded in 2 studios. Could we have the names of the 2 studios? That's question number 8.
Question number 9. Through a Big Country Greatest Hits CD contains 17 tracks. However, 2 of the tracks on it were not released as UK singles. Name those tracks. Through a Big Country Greatest Hits CD contains 17 tracks. 2 of the tracks were not released as UK singles. Name them.
Moving on to question number 10. Name the keyboard player on the Buffalo Skinners album. We're looking for the name of the keyboard player on the Buffalo Skinners album.
Question number 11. Angle Park was the B-side of the Fields of Fire single. Who co-produced it with Big Country? Angle Park was the B-side of the Fields of Fire single. Who co-produced it with Big Country?
Question number 12. Name the B-side of Just a Shadow and also who produced it. We're looking for the B-side of Just a Shadow and who produced it.
Just back to Ron, he's gone. so they're just leaving these for a
Question number 13. Name the B-side of Broken Heart, 13 Valleys. Name the B-side of Broken Heart, 13 Valleys.
Question number 14. On the Fields of Fire picture disc, there was the Fields of Fire alternative mix, Angle Park, and one other track. What was this other track? Name the other track which was on the Fields of Fire picture disc, where you had the Fields of Fire alternative mix, Angle Park, and one other.
Can you put that another way, Billy? So, question number 15. Which two legendary blues performers was Stuart Adamson privileged to jam with in the past year? And this is a Stuart Adamson question. Which two legendary blues performers was Stuart Adamson privileged to join with in the jam with in the past year?
Question number 16. What bass amplification does Tony Butler use? What bass amplification does Tony Butler use?
Question number 17. Mark Brzezicki drummed on which Nick Kershaw album? We need the album title. Mark Brzezicki drummed on which Nick Kershaw album? We need the album title, please.
Question number 18. In the film Restless Natives, there was a clown and the wolfman. But what were these characters' first names in the film? The film Restless Natives, there was a clown and the wolfman. But what were these characters' first names in the film?
Question number 19. In December 1982, the band were support act to which well-known band who were playing their farewell tour, it included a six-night gig at London Wembley Arena. I'll read that again, I think. In December 1982, the band was support act to which well-known band who were playing their farewell tour and included 6 nights at London's Wembley Arena.
And finally, question number 20. What was the name of the rodent in the film Restless Natives? If you recall the film Restless Natives, there was a rat which ate the money. What was the name?
I'm not sure it was a rat, it might have been a hamster or a gerbil, but it was definitely a rodent.
Come on, man. Yeah. Splash.
Hello, Stuart.
Hey,
Nice
how
to
are
meet
you?
you. Hi, Mark. Chris gone on. It's just...
Right, what's going to happen now? Somebody's going to get Tony a beer. What's going to happen now is I'm going to read out in reverse order the results. And when I call your name out, come up to the front, shake a few hands, and get a prize. Have you not got the prizes?
Well, we have the prizes.
Ah.
Got this track of Jack pencil.
Right, so in 8th place,
What do you get for 8th?
abuse. For a round of abuse, Rick Tarr. Okay, for slightly less abuse, in number 7th place, Irene Masterson. Hey, 6th place now. Not much abuse at all for Billy Tarr. I can't bloody count. The next person up of unspecified place, 5th. 5th place, thank you, is Kit Curry. So Kit, so this is to the toilet, this is good. So, 4th place, Stephen Ash. Now it's getting exciting. Hang on, let me say that again. Now it's getting exciting.
So whoever has won the 3rd prize will have to fight for it with Mr. Bruce Watson because he hasn't got it.
So, for the fight on stage, Rob Ford in 3rd place. Second place, thank you, is Jerome. So that leaves the winner, and if the winner doesn't know who he is by now, you need help. No, a hammer. So, the winner of the Mastermind quiz. Put your hands together. Well done, Eddie Shields. Right, 10-minute break to buy yourself that beer you always promised yourself. Have that pee that you needed. Yeah, that's what we're doing next. So, 10-minute break, everybody. I'll be back in here for 2 o'clock for the band question and answer session. What I think. So, what we're going to do is have a question and answer session. I'm taking this side of the room. He's taking that side of the room. We'd like to work more or less from the front to the back. But stick your hands up near the front if you've got a question. Russ, you have a question? Hang on, I haven't finished explaining this yet. Stick your hand up if you've got a question. Anything you like, Bruce. Put your hand in the air if you have a question. We will then come amongst you. This could get messy. Hand you the microphone, and what we'd like you to do is state your name. Inside leg measurement. Question. If the question is to one particular member of the band, tell us who it is. So let's try this side of the room. Near the front, anybody got a question?
This is Somebody from Newcastle who couldn't be here today sent this down for Bruce. Apparently you left it at Camp Smedley's house the other night.
Johnny Boy. Flagman.
That was more like a statement of the question, I think, but we've got to see what this is.
Photo opportunity, I think.
Just chose this moment to let you all know he's coming out.
Okay, this side, near the front. Anybody got a question? Anybody got a question? In the middle. Near the middle.
Hi there. My name is Sam. I'm from New Jersey, United States. You guys came to my town, Asbury Park, back in '91 or so for Buffalo Skinners? Yep. 94. Was it 94? 3. Back in the early 90s. I was just wondering if you guys had any comments or memories from playing the States on that tour. There was quite a bit of energy when I saw you. Yeah.
What, for 6 weeks?
I have really fond memories of that tour. I think it was, it's one of the best tours we've ever done. I think the energy within the band at that time was absolutely fantastic. I think almost every show on the tour went absolutely brilliant. And the night in New Jersey we played at the Stone Pony. It's kind of famous for Springsteen and the E Street Band that played there as the resident band for some time. In fact, they even had one of his check shirts on the wall. I was going to nick it and do it on stage. And yeah, it was a great tour. We had a great time, and as well as doing the shows, we did a lot of kind of touristy things. We had a drive one night from Minneapolis to Seattle, 3-day drive in the bus via Deadwood Gulch. So we went to do a radio show and saw the seat that Wild Bill Hiccup was shot in, and went to the site with Raffle and stuff. Just a great tour. Actually, I think that's the first tour we all ended up heavily bearded by the end of it, because we were like on the bus for, I don't know, 10 or 12 weeks or something crazy. And yeah, well, you're right, there was a lot of energy around the band at the time. We really felt we had something going through on that tour, and every night we just absolutely tore it. So, yeah, I hope so.
1 minute, joking it.
Yeah, I'll be coming back as well.
Good. Okay, we're ready for a new question, are we? Okay.
Hi, my name's David Tongue. I'm from West Wickham in Kent. I just wanted to ask the band what they're listening to at the moment and whether or not it's influenced the new album.
Well, at the moment I'm listening to Offspring. People say things and they're basically saying to entertain people, you know, they're not really saying because it's what someone's heartfelt opinion is. I doubt that he's had a heartfelt opinion in his life anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. See, I can be just as cutting.
Okay, we've got another question here.
Hi, my name is Tom from Margate. How much longer do you see yourself in the music industry?
Till the day I die.
There's no business like show business. So as long as I can get away with it, basically, that's the plot, really. I think the rest of the guys kind of feel the same about it. Yeah, there you go. Either that or a week on Tuesday.
Right, this side.
A couple of things. Stuart, what happened to your solo stuff with Marcus Hubbard? Sorry to Borderline enjoyed that. And was Loser Bill on the album?
Because I got outvoted, that's why Loser Bill isn't on the album. It was we had a committee meeting and it was decided, much to my chagrin, that it wasn't going on the record. And the stuff with Marcus is kind of just on hold for a while, because I knew the big country thing was going to be really busy through the summer, and we really wouldn't have had a chance to do anything with it. So it's kind of still there, and I still see Marcus regularly when we write together. And I think we're going to actually use a couple of the tracks that we recorded for the Blue Healer thing and put them out on a kind of limited edition of the album, kind of bonus edition thing. So there may be some appeals out there, but we're still, in fact, Marcus is on the crest of a wave at the moment.
he wrote the single that's at #1 in the country charts in America just now. A single called Ready to Run with the Dixie Chicks. So he's a happy camper at the moment. But that's basically what's happening with it. It's still there, but it's away in the background. Busy with my first love at the moment.
What is it, Eddie?
I think quite a lot of the stuff for this album was written like that, yeah. It's just, since I started writing in Nashville, it's something I've done a lot, of just sit there with an acoustic guitar and write with people. We've done it a lot of it before, but tended mostly to write from basically straight from electric before. And I'm really enjoying writing with acoustic just now because it means the songs really work as songs. They're no based like around a guitar riff or some kind of thing you've been jamming about. It also means that you can just sit down with it at the piano or with an acoustic guitar and just play the songs and you still work. And I really like things that work like that. I do write the same way. No. If I'm doing a co-writing thing, like if we're writing within the band, we'll tend to have an idea and then jam it and see where it goes and really just really improvise around it and see what happens with it. But if I'm sitting co-writing with somebody else, it's basically maybe they'll have a better idea or you'll have a better idea, and it really is how it sounds, you know. Sometimes you go and you get what's called a walk-in, like the person basically writes the song and you add like 2 words or a line or something like that, but it's usually really pretty much 50-50.
So have you finished your chat?
Good afternoon, lads. My name's Dave from Middlesex. Hello. All right. This is a question for you individually. What's been the biggest influence on your music career individually?
Ever?
Maybe you've got an idea. I don't know. Who has been the biggest influence to you?
Well, I think the biggest inspiration was that the first band I ever saw playing live was Led Zeppelin at the Theatre Hall in Dundee. And I watched Jimmy Page play guitar that night and never ever wanted to do anything else apart from being a rock and roll band. And I think as far as guitar playing and stuff, Bill Nelson still is kind of my biggest influence. They hadn't had the chance to work with him. He produced the Second Skids album, Days in Europa, and he really taught me a lot about making your guitar parts count, that not to just do something that's throwaway, you know, to try and incorporate a melody or something that really adds to the song, rather than just kind of be strumming the chords along. So I would say him for me.
Guess what I'm going to say? It's got to be Jimi Hendrix. I love my thing. No, I've always reflected on Jimi Hendrix if I ever need any sort of re-inspiration for one, why I'm in this business, and two, the guy was such a superb guitarist, I could never be that good, so I plumbed for bass, because it was easier. But I'm still trying. But Jimi Hendrix, all the way. I mean, I'm really pleased to see a lot of his stuff's being used on a lot of commercials on British television at the moment, which is fantastic, sort of reintroducing his music and everything to young audiences, and it's going to be there all for all time.
Well, as a child, I used to like Pinky and Perky. No, my influence is, are you familiar with the Alex Harvey band? Yeah? Guitarist called Sal Clemson. That was my childhood hero. Then I'm going to Mick Jones for The Clash. So, no, those are my 2 influences.
1, 2 testing. My influences are really anything that didn't have vocals in. As a drummer, it kind of got in the way. It sort of meant songs were in a certain way. So as a musician, I like Jeff Beck, to be honest. Without it being sort of overly jazzy, I quite like the sort of fusion side of the rock thing he had. And a great album that inspired me was Blow by Blow, Jeff Beck. You should go and get it, actually. I mean, I must say, it's, you know, playing with vocals is weird. I don't know any of the words in a big country song. I've often said this in the band, they go, how does that bit go? I haven't a clue. I tend to listen to stuff very musically, and that's kind of how it's influenced me, is just not having vocals. And then it sort of went on to Phil Collins, I suppose, was my inspiration via Brand X when he was in his sort of...
He's inspired your hair now.
Marvellous. So there you go, Brand X stuff with Phil Collins. I think he's a completely fantastic drummer. I think he's kind of gets written off as a sort of ballad, soppy songwriter stuff, but if you check him out on Brand X, he's brilliant. I know the band are cringing, so I hand you back to them.
Right, question this side, come on.
Hi, Dave from Ireland. I'm just wondering, when are you going to announce the tour dates, or are you going in the future? What's the plan after you release the album?
Next year.
Yeah, swift answer. Shouldn't be so precise.
Okay, we've got George Foster from...
But it looks like it's going to be next year. I hope so. Me too. See, when we come out, can you organise a football game so we can beat you?
Argentina 17?
Yeah, to get revenge for that with your beers. We'll bring Alan Roth with us.
Hi, it's Peter from Egham. Individually, what is your favourite, what's the best track you like playing live?
Well, Big Country one.
Big Country, yeah. Not covers or anything, just Big Country.
Actually, my favourite to play live just now is either Fragile Thing or Drive to Damascus. That changes, you know, it comes and goes. Different nights you get inspired by different songs. Even sometimes playing, depending on the situation, playing some of the right older stuff, Fields and a Big Country and stuff. Still absolutely love playing them. It was great. We did we were shooting a video in Nashville recently. We did a kind of short notice gig, just borrowed some amplifiers and a drum kit and went and played in it in a little bar. And it was a blast playing that stuff with people who you know probably haven't heard it for the best part of 6 or 7 years. No, it's kind of cool.
I don't actually have a favourite. I think what Stuart said, it changes. I mean, you know, the gig tonight, I'll probably go, that was brilliant playing that tonight. But it just varies. It really does. That's what it is.
We have a new song called Spirit to Me, which is on the album, and it's very, I don't know, different from any other sort of stuff we do, a bit left field, and I really enjoy playing that one.
I got two at the moment, Perfect World, because it's really up and contemporary, and Diamond to Me, which I think is the rockiest I think we've ever been, and you'll know that I kind of tend to really be into the rocky stuff, so if we play that to some people who ask me a time, I might pass out.
Hi, Mike. I've got two questions really. The first one is, how does meeting the fans in intimate things like this compare to playing the big auditorium? And the second one is, what's been the highest and the lowest points of your careers?
Meeting people that are interested in the bands has always been a buzz for me. Something I've always, or something I've never ever shied away from. The kind of like the informality of it, rather than, it's great doing gigs and stuff and see people going crazy, but it's fun when you get to see it in their faces and close up. I really think that. I think the highest point for me would probably be, I don't know. There's been a lot. I think got a great picture in the house of us on stage at Network, where I got all the crowd to sing along the chants. There's like 120 people there or something stupid like that. And got them all to put their hands in the air and say cheese, and took my camera right into the front of the stage and took the picture of it, and just like this complete sea of people. And it looks amazing. Except the best thing about it is there's all these people like this. There's one guy right in the front row. Absolutely.
he must have been there for Louis' song. And I don't think anything's ever been a real low point. You just being Scottish and a racial stereotype, you kind of have a sort of cynical irony that takes you through hard times, and you actually end up making them into a joke rather than taking them seriously. So there'll be not many lows.
To answer the first question, I find this kind of situation terrifying. It's probably the lack of drum kit in front of me that sort of makes me feel vulnerable, I suppose. But gigs, I think perhaps the bigger shows are always great. You know, it's great doing club gigs, but big ones are great. Really are. The support of the Stones was a real high point for me with the band as well. So that was quite unbelievable. Being on the stage and, you know, see your heads and all that stuff. It's quite amazing. In fact, the more people that are there, kind of see less is my theory, because you don't actually see the whites of the eyes, so this is kind of more terrifying. There you go.
High point for me was just last weekend, going out to Kosovo. That was unbelievably mental. It was brilliant and yet bizarre at the same time.
I agree with Bruce. It's a real head FUC. ... But apart from that, I think being in the band has been a high point of my life. You're really happy when you're growing up as a musician and you have a dream about what you want to do, and then you actually find it. And we've been sort of maybe 18 years doing the same thing. I think the high points have to go with the low points because it's just being in a band. I think you have to accept everything. You can't just sort of have all the sort of success and stuff and try to disregard or moan about the low points. It's just about being a band. It's a relationship between four guys who've always had singing like birds. They've always had the same feeling and aspirations of what they wanted to do, and that's a definite high point.
Okay.
Dublin. Bruce, you mentioned something in the last country club about tall spikes, which I presume is Mark. And I was just wondering, do you have a name for the other two and yourself? Could you tell us the story about the trouble you had on the airplane there a few weeks back?
Well, this is D'Artagnan, and we're the three musty queers. The trouble on the flight. What flight is that? We always have trouble on flights. Gatwick. Oh, that one. That was the one with... No, we were up in Scotland playing with Rod Stewart, and we overloaded the small plane with beer. So it was either we leave off the beer or mark symbols, so we left the symbols off, right? And we came down to, I think it was Staplefield Airport, little strip in the middle of nowhere. And basically we overshot the runway. And propellers hitting the ground and stuff, and not tufts of grass, and you know, almost run over a bunch of cows and stuff in a field. But that kind of shit happens to us all the time, so. What? What?
Hello, I'm back.
Where are you?
Here, nearly 13 years or whatever to get a Restless Mated soundtrack. And is it going to take as long to get an eclectic video?
Those questions are for the administrative side. Why don't you put your request in writing and send it to them? The Restless Natives thing, I think was actually done. It was released over the space of two 12-inch B-sides, and Phonogram felt at the time that they didn't want to go in and do it any further. And as far as the eclectic video, I have no idea what's happening with that. I have bad memories of that night anyway, because I had the most terrible stomach of all time. I had to run off stage in between every two songs. And best left to the imagination, actually. So that's as best I can answer it. I think that the actual soundtrack for the Restless Natives thing wasn't long enough to be a full album anyway.
So I really needed the rarities to make it into a worthwhile package. But that's not really the reason why I came out. It didn't come out. I think it's because the Phonogram did it on the B-side, the 312-inch singles.
Right, this side.
Andrew from London.
Hi, Andrew.
Any good stories from supporting the Stones, and any reason why you didn't support them, any of them?
Any good stories? Let me think about this. The best story I've got is playing at the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. The place where Jesse Owens did his stuff in front of Hitler. So it's this amazing scenario. And the guy who was singing some of the back, I was standing backstage watching, just on the back of the stage behind Keith Sam. And one of the guys who was doing the back vocals grabbed me to sing the woo-woo parts on the Sympathy for the Devil. So that was kind of a cool thing. We got a gift for Keith and Ronnie the first time we toured with them, and we asked if it would be cool to go and take it down in their dressing room in the inner sanctum, as it were. And they were like, "I'll come down and bring it in." So we went in and knocked on the door and they shouted, "Come in," and we went in. They both had their trousers down around their ankles, just their underpants. And they had the worst underpants you've ever seen in your life. These big, and baggy, fruit of the loom things around it. And it was, "Thanks, boys." That was very cool. Maybe the other guys have got some.
Yeah, I've got a Charlie Watts story. It's, as you know, drummers are quite eccentric. Anyway, we were kind of very privileged to be. I was able to stand right behind Charlie on stage, just behind one of the cabinets. And there was always stuff going on with Charlie where it's complete trivia, but really massive problems going on. And he kept pointing to the floor while he was playing. And Keith and Ronnie sort of, the cigarettes in their mouth and stuff, you know, bombing around the stage, chain smoking while performing. And, you know, it was really disturbing Charlie, and he kept pointing to the ground in between his playing stuff. And the sort of roaders were turning up, crawling around and looking around, going, "What's up, Charlie?" He was kind of pointing to the ground stuff. And some more sort of technical equipment came out, and more keys came out, and torches and stuff, and he kept pointing to the ground. Ronnie and Keith were bombing around, more cigarettes were being lit up. And in the end, Charlie got off his kit, picked up the cigarettes and told Keith Richards he didn't like him smoking on stage, and could he please use the ashtray?
But the end of the story that Stuart was saying there was basically when we went in to see Keith and Ronnie when they had their trousers down at their ankles. When we walked in, Keith came up and went, "I love just playing knob games."
I haven't got any stories, I just had a good time.
Hello, Stephen from Belfast. Just back from Kosovo. How did it compare to, like, say, Russia?
It's actually kind of very similar atmosphere to being in Moscow, except that people were kind of much livelier, and it's kind of just pretty much like anywhere in kind of the eastern half of the Mediterranean, you know, a lot of concrete building and kind of dusty streets and stuff, and people were cool, but it's hard to really tell people what you feel, because you run the whole gamut of emotions, you know, from kind of shame to anger, and then just kind of joy at the way that we were treated, that people received us. And it's, I think the whole area is just, it's never ever going to be stable, I don't think. But, you know, I'm a musician. You go in and play songs for people, and hopefully they find something in it that they can't find somewhere else. And that's basically all you can do. And if I can go there and play, and people come out and take some of the music or invigorate stuff for a while or whatever, then that's what I do. You know, I'm not a politician or a soldier or John Wayne, you know. But I'm really, really glad I had the opportunity to go and meet people and just actually see because you can't imagine what it must have been like there. I mean, you see, quite literally. I mean, it's something I thought was like the propaganda of our mighty Western military leaders, all this kind of precision bombing stuff. But you go there, the place, the Holloway we were playing in, right next to it was the old headquarters for the Serbian secret police. And the building's annihilated, and nothing in the bit is touched at all. It's like a football stadium right next to it, and a big sports hall, and an art school, and then this devastated building. scary. Scary. Totally. I still don't know how to talk to people about it. Because you're a bit embarrassed too, because you feel like, what the hell am I doing here? And these people have been living in terror and misery for the past 6 months, you know, for the past 5 years really. And I'm giving my stupid wee electric guitar to play some songs, but then you think, well, that's what you do, so just go and do it the best you can. Anyone else like to add anything?
About your lack of recognition over the last few years, and you know, it's a bit heartbreaking that you're not in the mainstream, and how do you sort of really feel about that? That you know that you should be in the mainstream, that you aren't.
Heartbroken. Yeah, it's one of those things. Britain's very like that, you know. If someone suddenly decides that you haven't hit or your face doesn't fit and you can't get on radio, if you're not on radio in Britain, people don't know you have a record out. As much as we can, the people who know about the band and are real hardcore supporters like yourselves will find out that there's a record out or there's a tour happening. Unless you're on radio, and radio really you mean BBC radio and some of the bigger locals, then you just didn't get a chance. And then when you do get a chance, you get some stupid bugger in a committee deciding that there's too many folds in your sleeve. Which is the most ridiculous, farcical thing I've ever seen in my life. Especially when the company who made the sleeve call it a one-fold process. And the actual fact that Ron Keaton and Ricky Martin had singles that were definitely out with their supposed standards, and yet were allowed to sell them by the bucket load, is really a source of complete frustration.
Just wondering, how did you manage to get together with Simon Phillips? How long did he have with the music before he did the business? And questions about what do you think of what he's done in your absence?
I can't remember. I think we got in touch with him through Chris Briggs, who was our A&R man at that time. And basically, Simon listened to the demos in the car on his way to the studio, and we recorded 11 backing tracks in a day. Just basically we'd run through the song a couple of times and then he'd have it down and we'd do the track. So he was really a fast worker, great talent, and bad haircut. But he's a kind of fun guy to have around. Just came in, nothing was any problem to him. We got most of the stuff done in 1 or 2 takes. So basically it took him, he listened to the demos in the car, driving to the studio and then did all the stuff in a day.
No, I mean, I think Simon Phillips is probably Britain's greatest drummer ever, to be honest. I mean, it's a shame he's not over here, he's living in Los Angeles, where he's now playing with Toto. But he's a massive, like, in the drumming world, he's like one of the gods up there. So, I mean, I'm a huge fan myself. I've also been lucky to, you know, I've done the odd drum clinic with him and stuff over the years, and he's a good friend, so it was brilliant hearing what he'd done, and it was something that inspired me to want to play, you know. So, good choice, guys. Had it been Rat Scabers, it would have been the same answer, there you go.
Okay, I know you're all, well, Liz Stewart is involved looking at the internet, the website and everything. How do you feel that, do you think it's bringing people back to you? I mean, I sort of lost touch with what you were doing, and someone through the mailing list mentioned you got new stuff out and things, and do you find it?
Yeah, I think so. It's funny, I've actually made contact through the website with a lot of people I do at school who've all kind of gone their separate ways and had messages from them. But yeah, I think that for a lot of people now, especially people that are on the web, it really becomes the first place you look for information on anything. And I think if there's someone you might have been interested in a few years ago, I know I found that a lot of stuff about Bill Nelson that I never really been up to over the past few years, just through digging around on the web. So yeah, I think it definitely brings people back into it. And I think it's a great thing. I'll come and I'll always be like this. I'll come and go with it. I'll have periods where I'll get really active on it. In other periods, mostly it tends to coincide with when I'm travelling, when I'll look at it for a couple of weeks. But it's great having that direct contact with people, and yeah, I think that anything like that brings people together, that opens up lines of communication, has got to be a good thing.
It's eternal. speak to all these speak to all these people from America, from Holland, Peru even, you know, and it's great. I mean, I'm a bit of an anorak that way. I'm on it for about 6 hours a night. I'm mad.
I enjoy it. I love the way sort of people get together and sort of make friends through the internet. And it's weird to come to something like this today and actually see people saying, oh, I'm such and such, and putting a face to a name. I think that's brilliant. But I enjoy the meeting myself. I think it's great fun. I think any other bands who run websites and don't take part in it are missing an awful lot.
Well, I'm Mr. Low-Tech, No-Tech personally, I don't have a computer. And I'm kind of from the school, if it moves I oil, if it don't I paint it. I kind of like stuff that's mechanical and not sort of... I think too much information can either get you into a chore. It's good in some respects, obviously, I'll probably come round to it, but I don't actually enjoy it, to be honest. And that's what I think.
I'd just like to know when you wake up in the morning, what actually gets you going, what makes you want to play in a certain way. And secondly, your guitar, that is. And secondly, Ian, could you please fill in South Africa on your pencil list for next year? We really appreciate it. Thank you.
I think that the thing that inspires me most is just playing, basically. I mean, I grew up never wanted to do anything else other than play the guitar, and I still love to play. Particularly enjoying playing a lot of kind of finger picking stuff just now, which is kind of fun. But the inspiration that makes you write and stuff is basically just comes from things you see around about you. You know, I take stuff from everywhere, from people's conversations, from newspapers. In fact, the next single, "See You," actually I was in a bookstore in Nashville. I was looking for a birthday card to send to my dad, and I came across these greetings cards. They were called "See You" cards, C and then YA. You know how they like to abbreviate it under there, like C card. Yeah. I thought, wonder what these are. And I looked at them, and they were like cards you sent to your bird if you want to tell her to beat it. If you want to break up with someone, you can't tell them to their face. You buy one of these cards and send it to them. And quite literally, all the verses of the song basically came. I've kind of changed a few words to protect the innocent, but I just basically lifted them right out. These greetings cards. So things come from all different places like that.
Hello. Right, you were at Pal, aye? Yeah. Somebody dropped a pound on the stage.
That was you.
That was me. Would you spend it on, man?
I didn't even lower myself to go and pick it up.
Joking, mate.
I left it as a tip for the road crew.
It was worth the song, I'll tell you that, man.
Neil from Stevenage. All four of you obviously get on really well. Do you ever fight at all? And if so, why?
Only when Mark's feeling premenstrual.
I've been getting a lot of "See You" cards recently.
Me again. Just a couple of questions about what people have been saying. Go back to Pear and the pan being thrown at you. Did you drink the can lager that was thrown at you as well?
Right, smell.
Also, for yourself, Stuart, from the band, you did an interview for Radio City in Liverpool. You played at the party at the pier. Do you feel a bit pissed off that you didn't even play a single?
No, these things happen, you know. People come and go on radio too, and I think the new person that's taken over as the musical director there is very sympathetic towards the band. So hopefully with the next one we'll get an inroad there.
Just wondering, do you think you should be getting more coverage on VH1?
I think the coverage has been pretty good recently, actually. I think the video for Fragile Things has been in a pretty heavy rotation. And can't ask for much more than that, you know. I don't know whether they're saying they're putting on heavy rotation and not showing it, because I can't be around the TV 24 hours a day, but apparently it's been getting shown a bunch.
George, you talked about forming the band there. Do you ever see any of the members of the original Big Country? Or do they feel a little hard done by that they didn't stick with it? And have they turned out as successful as you four have?
I don't think
it would have ever turned out as successful as this version. I think that there was a lot of great players in the first version, but it was just everybody wanted to play everything all the time. We got thrown off an Alice Cooper tour for being too weird. That'll let you tell you what it was like. But yes, I see Pete Wisher, the guy that played keyboards in the first lineup, occasionally. Pete's a Dunfermline Athletic supporter too, so, and he actually plays with Runrig now, so he's done all right for himself. Pete's younger brother, Alan, never seen since we split up, and Clive, the first drummer, I've never seen either.
Hello, it's Dominic from Wiltshire here. A lot of people talk about the lack of recognition.
Oh, here's somebody still a pipe.
Where's that pound here? Talk about the lack of recognition. The old essence of big country for me is coming to a tiny place like this, small venues, and seeing you guys rock and the audience get off on it. If it was in Wembley Arena or something like that, for me it just wouldn't be the same. So stick with it. And the headline this morning.
Quite happy playing anywhere, to be quite honest. You know, it can be a wee pub with 20 people in it, or playing a big outdoor kind of stadium show, you know. I know what you mean though, there's a certain size of venue that once you go beyond it, things start, you know, the sheer scale of the thing starts to dominate the proceedings, because you need a big stage set and it just becomes this big huge thing. But I kind of like that too. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wish we were able to sell at the NEC tomorrow, and I would have no qualms whatsoever about being at that level again. But I kind of like playing at smaller venues. It does have that immediacy and that sweatiness that you kind of get on big stages.
Can we expect anything special tonight? Any surprises in the set?
Don't know, we haven't been playing together since Perth. So we'll see how it goes. We'll play the first game for a while.
Look forward to it. Cheers.
The longer the better, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Okay, anyone else with questions? Come on, everyone must have some question they want to ask. However controversial.
You ask a question, Willie.
Wait up.
Hi, Judy from Soundcheck. What are you all doing for the millennium?
I don't know. Lighting candles, probably. I've no idea. I haven't even got any
Why are you going
plan.
to light candles?
Because the electricity will be off. I've not got any plans whatsoever. Certainly not be playing at the bars, I'll tell you that much.
I also don't know what I'm doing. It depends what's happening. I mean, are we working or what? Nothing planned. But I won't be flying. Oh, that easy for that.
I haven't got a clue what I'm doing.
I'll be Bruce.
Kent again. I just wonder why, having been at the finale, that the band didn't actually play at Live Aid.
I have no idea about that either.
Ask us one in the millennium.
No got a clue. No got a clue. Basically, yeah. Yeah. Seeing as we were on the record. Yeah, I don't know how that came about. Switch the mic on. Tony, come on.
Find that awkward.
Oh. Sure, faulty mic.
That the drunken bastards made my life hell. Does Raff still feel that way, or has age changed that over the years?
No, we're mellower lads now. That was in our wild and crazy youth, yeah. No, actually, Rafe was the one giving us a hard time when we were at Rockfield Fireworks, us giving him one. Rafe was the one giving us, he was giving us a hard time. It was the other way around. Yeah, I've got some great memories of working with Steve. He just creates such a great atmosphere in the studio. You know, it's not like you're actually in there working, it's like you're really in there creating something. and he's just got the most cheery attitude you could ever come across, and fun too, not scared to try anything out.
With a cuddlier version of Adolf Hitler. What with the cowboy boots, red on the bottom with zebra skin up there, and shorts, fashion victim.
I just didn't like the way he worked.
Out the back again. This side.
Bruce, which class A narcotic were you on when you wrote the sleeve notes for Bon Appetit?
Baking powder.
Okay. Hi, Stuart. Being originally from Dunfermline, I was just wondering, now that you've moved, do you miss the place, and if so, what about it?
No chance. I tell you football. Yeah, I was just going to say that. I miss seeing the players regularly, and I kind of miss the sense of humour. You know, as our big pal here from Edinburgh has ably demonstrated, Scottish people's sense of humour is very sarcastic and very cynical. And the first few times I spoke to someone in America like that, they take you quite literally. And you have to go around and go like, whoa, whoa, calm down, I didn't mean it like that at all. So I miss that, being able to abuse people in a friendly manner. Apart from that, not much else, to be quite honest.
Don't miss the pub?
No. I go back regularly anyway. I go back to Dunfermline regularly. In fact, I've been staying at my mum's all this week up here. So I still see enough of all my old muckers to make the year pass swiftly enough.
After all your years of sort of in the limelight, who are your best celebrity mates?
Your best celebrity pals. Jimmy Tarbuck. Bobby Paul. Probably, I mean, well, it's quite a lot of people in Nashville that become friendly with. But kind of from the period you're talking about, still talk to Bono occasionally, see Jim Kerr quite a bit, those kind of people. Mark's got plenty of celebrity buddies, he'll tell you about them.
Well, see, Michael Jackson says we never name drop, but anyway. The guys that I've worked with have become friends as well. I mean, doing session work as well. I mean, the old faithfuls like from New Jersey that I've worked with through the 80s, and as with me and Tony with Pete Townsend. It goes on, but you have to find that out. Go in the record shops and look at the albums. Now, I've got musician friends that, like I said, I've been lucky to work with, and that's really it. I can't really name them all. It just goes on. Some you've heard of, some you haven't, but I respect them all the same.
Bruce's celebrity pal is Big Fish.
Poisson is my big celebrity pal. I don't have any celebrity pals. Tony's my celebrity pal.
I just had my picture taken with Lulu last week. That was cool.
I had my picture taken with Vanessa Redgrave. And that was downright drafty.
We wonder boy we're making this trombone noise, right? When we went out to Kosovo last weekend, the first night we got there, we didn't actually go into Kosovo, we spent it in Skopje, in Macedonia. And we were invited to a reception for with the Canadian Embassy and stuff. And, there was a Philip Glass concert before it that we had to attend. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Philip Glass live. A resounding no. Well, he's this kind of avant-garde, kind of half jazz, half classical composer, very modernist. And I suppose it's fine in its place, but when you're stuck in a sweaty concert hall in Macedonia, it just wasn't working. You know, it was like these long, involved piano pieces where none of the music seemed to connect to anything. So he did his first 2 numbers, and then he says, now I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine who will come and play on the alto saxophone some pieces we wrote together. So we're like, oh, maybe this will bring that up a bit. So I'm sitting right next to Bruce in this hall, and it's all people sitting in tuxes and nice dresses and everything. And the guy comes out the stage and there's a kind of hushed silence. And Bruce goes, he walks up to the mic with his sax, he's just the way he started playing, and Bruce went, oh. And the 2 of us, you couldn't laugh out loud, right, because it's this reverential sound. So the 2 of us, you know that feeling in school where your teacher giving you a round for laughing, and giving you bait and you're sitting pushing your seat. The 2 of us were like that for 10 minutes something. We were sweating like the last dogs in Korea. We sweat. It's like shoulder of jackets on our heat so people wouldn't see it. And eventually after the guy played half a song, we had to get up and go out. It's very unusual. So it's become a kind of trademark thing over the past week, that trombone noise.
What's your favourite team?
My favourite football team? Dunfermline Athletic, commonly referred to as the Tars. Right?
The A-team, they were brilliant.
I don't like football, that's why I go to see Dunfermline Athletic play.
I like Spurs.
Steve Beebe from Rugby. On a slightly more serious note, you've always been a band who've been able to connect really well with the fans through your lyrics. I think the connection you have with your fans is almost unparalleled, you know, when you look at today's bands. Is it something you consciously aim at, or is it something that comes naturally? And how does it make you feel when people write to you saying how much they related to your songs?
I've always been amazed by that. I love getting mail of people when they say that songs have affected them a certain way, or changed the way they thought about something, or got them through a hard time. And yeah, I've always consciously written like that. When I was a little kid, growing up in Scotland, my mum and dad had friends who were like folk musicians. They play in the local kind of British Legion and stuff like that. So Saturday night in our house was always the kind of place in the village to gather after the pubs were shut. They'd come back with these guys, they had like accordions and guitars and banjos and fiddles and what have you. And of course, you're upstairs in your bed, there's no way you can sleep through the racket. You hear these drunken adults singing out anything from kind of Scottish and Irish folk songs to Patsy Cline or Frank Sinatra or whatever. And so you'd get to sit downstairs and sip with a glass of lemonade and watch what was going on. And I always remember being amazed by these big, hardy, minor chappies who wouldn't say a word to their wife all week long about anything, suddenly stand and pour out their heart and their undying love to this woman, and just was aware, really from that period on, of just how powerful a song could be in someone's life. And I've always wanted to write lyrics that I felt either told stories or involved real people or had characters in them that were really kind of narrative songs. And it's just a thing that inspires me. I think that there's a million other people out there writing completely inane lyrics or the same lyrics time in, time out. Diane Warren's made a, 150 million selling career out of writing songs that say nothing to anybody. But there's a whole bunch of people out there who buy The Sun. They buy Diane Warren records too.
Peter Green, also the likes of Eddie Reader, Kate Bush, etc. So many very varied artists over the years, etc. Who's left you'd like to collaborate with? That's two, not just Stuart, but the whole band. Is there anyone?
The person I'd most like to write with is Diane Warren.
Why is that, for the money?
Exactly. No, I think creatively the ultimate thing for me would be to be allowed to collaborate on lyrics with Leonard Cohen. He's my absolute lyrical hero of all time. Just an absolute genius. Him or Morrissey. I think Morrissey wrote some of the best lyrics ever to come out of Britain.
I think playing with Jeff Beck would be kind of a big thing for me. Even if it was in the studio or whatever, it'd just be a brilliant thing to be able to do. As I say, it was the early inspiration for me, and to sort of work with him would just be absolutely unbelievable, but that's what I've built.
I think I'd like to collaborate with Martin McCutcheon. Give it a damn good collaborating, you know what I mean?
That's true, we just recently did that. We just did that thing in Hyde Park recently, it was on telly, and we had that charming young lady, Kelly O'Rourke, stand in for Eddie Reader, and I think it'd be really good if we got together and did something with her, because she's got a magical voice.
Talking about, sorry, just the guys reminded me of something there. You talk about seeing something that I'm using in America. There's two things. One of them's kind of rude, so if there's any children listening, cover their ears. And one of them, I live in the south in America, it's like the Beverly Hillbillies. You know, there's a bunch of people there who really are like that. So last year we had a really bad tornado came through Nashville, and far less the kind of trailer park and wrecked a whole bunch of houses out in East Nashville, tore up trees, destroyed half the new stadium and everything. And as always, the man on the spot news reporter guy, where did he find these people they interview on the street? Somehow in Nashville they seemed to find the biggest redneck person they could ever come across with. So they had this guy, crazy looking guy, wild-eyed, and his hair all over the place, stripped to the waist, and just a pair of jeans on the arm, flowers cleavage hanging out the back. And they say to him on the TV, can you describe what happened to you? He's like, and I'm not even going to attempt to do the accent because it's impossible for him. He says, I was down in my basement, I could hear all this racket going on upstairs and stuff smashed and stuff, so I decided to go upstairs and have a look to see what was going on. He says, I went up there, he says, man, my whole house was in pandemonium. Classic interview. And then another thing, a few weeks ago, I think I must have been the only person in Nashville that was actually watching this on TV. But Jay Leno spoke about it on the Tonight Show for a week. I'm sitting there watching the TV, right, and it's one of these Fox's most amazing videos thing, you know, where they show like people falling out of buildings and smashing their cars up and stuff. General nice family entertainment. So anyway, the guy says, we want to tell any viewers of a nervous disposition now to leave the room, because the next video we're going to show you, the final one of the evening, is pretty shocking. So I'm like, this might be good. So I'm sat up watching the telly, sitting in the house I'm on, and so it cuts to this scene, and it's just a handheld camcorder thing. There's two guys in an elephant's cage, sweeping it up like this. And one guy kind of bent over like this, just behind one of the elephants. And the elephant suddenly decided it's time to sit down. So as it sat backwards, the guy's head disappeared right up its ass. The elephant went, it got worse, because the elephant must have got a fright. He couldn't get his head back out, so he's like this. So head back up on his legs. And his mate had to drop his brush and go across the ground. And pull him out. And the guy was lying on the ground, totally gagging for air and throwing it. And he showed it again in slow motion. I tell you what, they could show that 24 hours a day on TV, 7 days a week, and they'd still be gasping and honest for 6 months later. Classic. The funniest thing I've ever seen.
We can't end it any better. What we're going to do is we're going to give the band 10 minutes to get backstage, have a wee bite tea, etc., because I haven't really had any food today. And then we'll set a table up and so on, then we'll have our signing session, you can get your photos taken with the band and so on. So in the meantime, you can all go get a drink from the bar, and then we'll be back in here about 10-15 minutes time. Thank you.
A guy's TV, he wants to interview you for a black... in the
Why
foundry.
ask Tom about Brian?
Something's going to get you one day.
Oh no,
Just about should give me a snog and you think,
oh my god, a snog. Oh, I do like that snog.
Once more.
I'm not giving you a snog, I was going to say, I'm not that way in.
And if I didn't like him, I could chat away with him. I don't know where Willie is to.
I wouldn't rest in skin tight, waiting for a dream. On the revelation go, I was sitting back.